Happy Monday, everyone. This is Martha with Nature Niche, and this week I wanted to talk to you about how to select native plants for your landscape. I think it can be a little daunting for some folks, so I just wanted to go over my basic approach, the things I think about to help point you in a good direction. So to select native plants, you need to figure out first what is native to your area. And you can think about that at a very small level, at the county level, at the state level, or take a more regional or even national perspective on that. But the USDA plants database is a good place to start to understand sort of in your larger region what plants are native or not, and then looking at your particular state's flora. A lot of states have a database of plants known from the state and will indicate whether it's a known native to the state or not. So here in Michigan, that's Michigan Flora Online, maintained by the University of Michigan's Herbarium. So you can look there and take advantage of those resources, and often those state level resources will have county maps, so you can see in your area what native species are likely to grow well. The next step is to assess your site conditions. It's very important to understand what your site is like so that you can select plants that are well adapted to those conditions. So think about the light availability. Is it really sunny? Is it deep shade? Do you have a mix of sun and shade conditions throughout the day? Also, go ahead, get your hands dirty, take a look at what are your soils like. Are they sandy and well drained? Do you have a lot of clay with very poor drainage? Are they sort of in between, a loamy soil with average moisture conditions? And it's good to note if you know you have an extreme in pH. If you're very acidic or very basic, you might need to select certain plants that are adapted to those special soil conditions. You also need to think about the hydrology of your site. So is there a high water table where there's moisture certain times of the year, or it's pretty wet soils, and then that water table drops and it dries out? Is there standing water into the growing season, so sort of into April? Are there places where you have water standing above ground? That's good to know, because certain plants are better adapted to that than others. And do you live in an area that either annually or every so many years floods because you're in a riparian condition near a stream, along a river, in the floodplain, something like that? Again, there are plants that are better adapted to those types of conditions. And next, you want to review the native species, their particular habitat characteristics that they establish best, are able to compete best in. So native plant nurseries in your area, their cultural guides, they often have a list of species that they carry with that sun versus shade requirement and soil moisture requirements and special notes on different water tolerances or extreme pH tolerances. Check those out. Those are a great place to start. And a trick I like to use is matching your site conditions to naturally occurring ecosystem types in your area. So become familiar with different kinds of ecosystems like emergent wetland or forested areas, or open sunny prairie conditions. So by choosing natural ecosystems that match your existing site conditions that will help you find plants that are well adapted to grow on your site and that grow well together. And that'll help you have a lower maintenance, successful planting that'll support our local pollinators and other wildlife species. So in Michigan, there's MNFI, Michigan Natural Features Inventory, published a field guide to the natural communities of Michigan. So this is a great reference. They also have natural community abstracts available on their website. So that's a great resource. And if you just think about all of those things, that'll help you select plants that will be very successful and well adapted to your particular growing conditions. And if you want more guidance on this topic, please register for the talk I'm giving tonight. It is through the Mid-Mitten chapter of the Wild Ones. It's Zoom based tonight at 6:30. So check out our Facebook page for more info on how to register for that. But I'm talking about designing with native plants and go over this in a lot more detail. Have a great week.